Today for the Bitcoin price with DaVinci J15. Breaking news. Today the Federal Reserve has actually finally announced that they are in fact cutting the interest rate by 0.5 percentage point, 50 basis points. And right now, 1 hour afterwards, Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States, came out and he made a horrifying tweet asking for even more quantitative easing and even more interest cutting. The likes are dropping down like crazy on that tweet. We will talk about why this is horrifying. We will talk about what that means for the financial markets and even more important also for the Bitcoin price. Guys, stick here until the end of the video, and before we are coming to that topic, we will talk about the Bitcoin price in the immediate short term, because right now we were going down before this line in the sand here, as you could call it, and we retested it actually 2 times. And the most important question right now is, will we be able to break this line here and go towards the upside to $9,700 or will we be rejected again and find lower prices, maybe even below $8,000? We will talk about all of that with DaVinci J15. So now, without any further ado, we want to come to the most important question of today. First of all, everyone watching, let's get this video to more than 2,000 likes. Last time we got 2,400 whopping likes. Crazy, guys. Thank you so much. And now the most important question of today, DaVinci J15, how are you doing today, my man?
I'm doing great, man. You know, even though Bitcoin's down, I know that it will find its way back up to higher highs. But for right now, we're getting a buying opportunity. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Especially when we have so many interesting news. Maybe we start with the Bitcoin price, DaVinci, and go into the economics, the Federal Reserve and Donald Trump thereafter.
Yeah, sure. So let's start off with our head and shoulders pattern, right? Well, as you know, right, we talked about this head and shoulders pattern when everybody was bullish, and I was saying, okay, yeah, I'm bullish too, but honestly, I think I'm going to get burned here, and I'm going to get stopped out at this level here. So I did get stopped out, and that was a right thing to do, to just walk away. Right? Because yeah, it just dumped all the way down here. If you were holding your position because you believed it was going to turn around, yeah, you got crushed, right, and wrecked here. So don't do that. If you got to set your stop losses, walk away, all right, and set those stop losses on the last turn, right? So don't be afraid to take a loss, right? Taking losses is part of trading. Anyways, yeah, we came down to the line in the sand, which, well, it's not really the line in the sand, but this was my line in the sand based on the fact that, hey, you know what, the head and shoulders pattern comes all the way to 38.2, which is almost a $9,000 level. That's an 8,940 level. And basically, as you can see, we broke down, tried to retest and break back above it, failed, right? And we created this divergence, which caused this little rally that occurred yesterday. And I saw earlier today that, hey, you know what, this rally does not have any kind of legs. It's an area to short, right? Especially since, you know, it came back up to test this level and it doesn't look like it wants to break through. And here we are. So most likely, too late to short, but most likely we're going to drag all the way down into this area along this this trend line here. And unfortunately, if we break the, let's see, $8,500 level, we're headed down basically, and most likely we're headed down to the 61.8 as the first target of $8,000. So that's going to be a little scary, but as I said, right, if I really believe that wherever Bitcoin bottoms, that will be the last bottom. So please, dollar cost average.
yes, that sounds actually bullish. Wherever it bottoms, that will be the last time we will see these prices. And even more important right now, I wanted to consolidate one point of the information, because 8,500 seems to be a very, very crucial point right now, because you mentioned prior to the recording that okay, the odds that we are going down are quite high. However, there is one bullish scenario which might lead us even to higher prices with to breaking the line of in the sand, and this is by holding the 8,500 level and creating some kind of a W before the breakout. Can you maybe elaborate a little bit more on that before we go into specific price targets and afterwards the Donald J. Trump topic?
Yeah, sure. As you can see, there's a little bit of a V pattern here. We've gone down, right? And if we come back up. And if we just come back down and not make new lows and come back up and break this level here, we are going a lot higher. The first target will be around this $9,700 level. And if we break the 10,500, then it's blue skies ahead. Blue skies ahead.
Exactly. However, not the most likely scenario just yet, but let's keep that in our back head. If we are holding the 8,500, this could be a very, very probable scenario. However, Da Vinci, going to the downside, $8,000 would be your next target to look out for in case we break the 8,500 US dollar level. And that would be the 61.8 of the previous Fibonacci retracement level.
Correct. Now what we're looking for is, like, is there any kind of convergence with AB equals CD is one of the things I like to do. And if we clone this and then we put this right here, unfortunately, this goes all the way down to the 78.6, which is at 7,300 approximately, and it lines up pretty close to it. It's at the 7,373 level. So don't be surprised if we come all the way down here and then have a bounce, which is okay. That gives all the real hodlers chance to buy Bitcoin on the cheap. Right. Yeah. And I'm sure there's a lot of hodlers out there that want some cheap Bitcoin. So consider that. Besides, you know what? If we bounce here, we're probably never going to come back down here. So there's a lot of buyers down here. So I don't think we're going to come back and visit that area ever again.
First of all, before we go on here with the content, I want to ask everyone right now, take part at the poll. Do you think we will see here within the next few days the significant breakout to the upside to maybe $9,700 or the significant break down to the downside? Let us know, break up or break down, in the poll which is popping up on top of the screen right now. And also join the comment section for your specific thoughts, and we will try to answer all of your guys' comments. And now, Da Vinci, you already pulled it up. Donald J. Trump, he actually tweeted out, let me read that very, very quickly for everyone before you can share your valued opinion about that. And Donald J. Trump, he actually said, let me here go over that, the Federal Reserve is cutting, but most further ease and, most importantly, come into line with other countries' competitors. So he's talking about other central banks, other governments, the ECB for Europe, People's Bank of China, and so on. The Swiss National Bank, of course, also. We are not playing on a level field. Not fair to the USA. It is finally time for the Federal Reserve to lead and not to follow. More easing and more cutting. He is here actually referring to quantitative easing, to money printing, and more cutting. Here he's actually referring to interest rates here between the central bank and the retail banks. So Da Vinci, can you please let us know what are your thoughts about that in regards to the financial system, and also even more important actually for all of our viewers in regards to the Bitcoin price?
Well, honestly, I feel that this is really sad because every country is printing money, and the United States wants to follow along. And what that really does is a tax. It's a delayed tax, approximately 18 months before it actually comes into fruition against prices. And so all this money printing that will come about due to the lower interest rates will affect the poor and the middle class. And so basically he's just calling for a tax on the poor and the middle class, whilst the rich get richer off of this free money or cheap money available to them via credit. And so this is really unfair, and it's kind of sad actually, but you know what, that's what they're going to do. They're going to print us into oblivion, and you have to prepare for that. And the best way to do that is to buy some Bitcoin, buy some gold, buy some silver, right? And believe it or not, take cash out of the bank, basically.
Yes. And I mean, Donald Trump, he could have just went out there and said, like, okay, Federal Reserve, please let's rob the lower and middle classes for some purchasing power. We want more of that. And we need their purchasing power to protect our own financial system. And of course, he wouldn't get like 50,000 likes within 1.5 hours if he would have said something like that. So that just goes to show that the majority of people in the United States, they don't really know what they are liking there, because a maximum of 1% of these people liking this tweet are actually beneficiaries of that politics, and that's only the rich people. So that is actually very interesting. And something else I would like to note is that we already have come so far that people are actively, like officials like the president, actively asking for more quantitative easing. Remember, just a few months ago, the Federal Reserve cut interest rates from 2% to 1.75% by a quarter percentage point, and Jerome Powell said, no, by no means this is quantitative easing. This is no quantitative easing. They were actually still hiding the fact. And right now, they are already coming out and talking openly about that. It is not even a secret anymore that the governments are printing money. And of course, we have been talking about that for a couple of years right now. On your channel, you have been doing it, and on our channel, we have been doing it as well. I want to know from everyone who's watching that video right now, what are your thoughts about the interest rates cuts? What are your thoughts on the implications for the Bitcoin price here when the interest rates are going down lower and lower? Because remember what Donald Trump said? He said they should be lower than all the other central banks out there. So they will probably have a race towards the negative interest rates, and then whenever someone else like the ECB comes and undermines them with even lower interest rates, the Federal Reserve will probably go and lower it even more.
Yeah, I was thinking that people should, if they have the ability to utilize the printing press, I think it would be a good idea to purchase apartment buildings and stuff like that. And if you have some cash in your house to use the lower interest rate to take it out, if you can get a low enough interest rate to borrow against that, and you can service that loan and buy Bitcoins, buy physical assets, because wherever you purchase assets with debt, that's going to get hit the most when the final financial collapse occurs. The reason being is that once they can't go into debt anymore, then everything, you have to buy everything that's been normally purchased with debt with actual money that you have. And if you don't, since most people have been impoverished by the financial system, they won't have a lot of money to purchase the assets that you hold, that you purchased with debt. And so that will get deflated and destroyed in value. And if you have other assets to cover that, so for example, you have gold and silver and stuff like that, and that rocket ships to the moon, you'll be able to pay off your debts with funny money, with paper money, which is worthless. So that's the advantage of taking advantage of this current system, and that's all you can do. It's kind of sad if you can do it, because you are printing the money, you are part of the problem. But hey, this is the system, and there's nothing we can do about it. We have to live with the cards that we were dealt, and this is what we're dealt right now in this moment in time.
Wow, that was extremely well put. Thank you so much for that, and thanks for everyone watching. We have some very interesting things coming up right now. First of all, guys, everyone smash up the like button, join the comment section down below, and share this video with your friends, because I have the feeling this is a video even non-Bitcoiners should watch. So please make sure you share it with your friends, even though they are non-Bitcoiners. That would be very, very nice. And also, I want to urge everyone, we have a massive MMCrypto group. DaVinci J15 also has his own group. We will talk about that afterwards. If you want to join our massive 12,000 people MMCrypto family, it is completely for free forever. It will be completely for free. That's the great news. Just go down here to the pinned comment of this video and click the link for the Telegram group. It is on top of the pinned comment. Click the link and join our Telegram group right now, and you will be part of the family. We have a lot of discussions going on. I'm in there. We have some other MMCrypto team members in there. DaVinci J15 is there as well. And also below you find our Bybit link with a bonus only if you're an experienced trader. And if you want to support us, click the link, put in the email address and the password. Yes, DaVinci.
Yeah. Yeah, just if anybody wants to tag me has a question in the Telegram group, the best way to do so is to go at DaVinciJ15 in the Telegram group, and then I'll respond to your questions. I always go respond to those questions that's in the Telegram groups. If you tag me, if you just put my name, I'm not going to see it, right? Because there's just so many messages going through there, so it's difficult to go through them all. So if you just tag me, then I'll respond.
Exactly. That was a very good hint for everyone who ever wanted to ask DaVinciJ15 a question. Go on our group. It's on top of the pinned comment. Click the group, join the group, and tag DaVinci at DaVinciJ15. Ask your question, and whenever he has time, he pops in and he answers your question. So thank you so much for that. And DaVinci, do you have anything to share about Pandora's Wallet before we wrap it up?
Yeah, we actually extended the discount from Monday. We were only going to do it for Monday, but now we extended it for today. We've released the latest version with support for Bitfinex exchange and as well as Poloniex. And right now we are studying adding Ethereum. So we predict that we'll have Ethereum added to the wallet along with other tokens that Ethereum supports inside the wallet by the end of April.
This is the biggest deal ever for Pandora's Wallet.
Exactly.
It's like,
exactly.
With this, you have like double the cryptocurrencies. You have Ethereum, what everyone is asking for so long. Everyone who doesn't know it, it's technically very hard to implement Ethereum. That's the reason why it's coming last. Security first, and now the product is very, very mature, and you are adding Ethereum. Great, great news. The link for Pandora's Wallet also down in the pinned comment down below. Make sure you check it out. He also offers monthly subscriptions right now. So if you want to test it out only for 1 month, that's also okay. Thank you so much for joining this episode, DaVinciJ15. Do you have anything to say before we wrap it up for today?
Yeah, always play from a position of strength and don't get wrecked.
Do not get wrecked, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see each other very soon at the next one of MMCrypto already tomorrow. Click the subscription box, which is right here, and also click the Bible tutorial if you haven't watched it right there. And we will see each other very soon at the next one of MMCrypto. And as always, guys, as always, bye-bye.